But if you, Jeremy, are going to your certified public accountant, your CPA, and you're saying, this is what I think the value of my home is, wouldn't a good CPA come back to you and say, wait, I did a little bit of research on my own, and the value of your home is not $54 billion. The value of your home is maybe $300,000, if it was someone like me?
Well, I think Donald Trump is not someone like us, meaning that there's always been, evidently, if true, an inflated value of all his property, wherever it may reside, or whatever holdings he has. So that accountant's job is not to go through every person who provides him or her documentation or data and statistics about the value of their property. That would be incredibly time-consuming and well beyond the scope, in all likelihood, of their relationship professionally. There's people who do that, no doubt, and what we're hearing and learning, if true, is that Donald Trump's team, if you will, did that internally.
What if the Trump team decides to appeal based on the behavior of the judge? I mean, they're arguing the judge is out to get them. They're arguing the judge favors the attorney general. We had the judge today try to tell Donald Trump's attorneys to speed it up, that their questioning of this tax attorney or CPA was going on too long. And their argument was, we got to go through this year by year to prove our point that we thought we were above the line on this. We were above board in reporting what we thought the value of the properties was and relying on our CPA.
Yeah, I think if I was sitting on that chair, if I were that judge, I'd be much more liberal, and not in a political sense, but in terms of the listening sense, to allow cross-examination, because I know there's going to be an appeal. I know there's going to be challenges along the way, repeatedly. So whatever I want to do, I want to protect that record. But to the judge's point as well, there's value in cross-examination, 100%. What else is Donald Trump going to do? But this is not a jury. This is not you're going to sway. And I want to say jury is naive or foolish. That's not true at all. But they don't have the same experience necessarily in the courtroom as a judge. They don't understand the law as a judge and understand, we'll use the term of sort of tricks of the trade on both sides of the law. So the judge said, let's move this process along. Let's move this quickly. I think that's fair. But I would be a little bit more cautious because I know there's going to be an appeal.
Lisa, you